I had a lot of trouble coming up with an idea for our Halloween special this year. I wanted to cover something specific to Colorado, but I couldn't settle on one thing. Ideas included cryptozoology in Colorado. Apparently there are a ton of Bigfoot sightings. A haunted bar in Colorado Springs that has been featured on the History Channel, and a haunted Arby's. Wow. Maybe I'll look into some of those next year. But the most intriguing thing I found while looking into the matter is a road between Brighton and Thornton near Denver. This 11-mile stretch is called Riverdale Road, but has earned a much more sinister title: The Gates of Hell. Let's unpack some of the stories here. The spirit of a jogger has allegedly been spotted. Legend has it that you can hear his heartbeat, and if you let him approach your driver's side window, you'll die. People claim that this man was killed in a hit-and-run accident. Maybe he has a vendetta against anyone operating the very things that killed him. Another ghost is said to drive up and down Riverdale Road in a black Camaro. This guy attempts to coax unwitting victims into racing him to the death. The legend here is that the driver crashed into a tree and died on impact. What if the Camaro driver is the one that hit the ghost jogger? And even another ghost is that of a woman wearing a white dress, seemingly looking for her way home. Travelers have stopped to offer her help, but she just continues to walk silently and stares forward. Our next tale claims that slaves in the 1800s were hanged from trees along the road, and you can still see them under the dark of night. But that's not all. There are also claims that some of the hanging bodies are those of witches that were executed for their practices. Speaking of witchcraft, there's also a chicken coop on Riverdale Road that is apparently a meeting place for witches and cults. Supposedly, satanic graffiti lines the walls. The local police claim they have actually found a number of strange symbols and beheaded animals in the area. So, of course, the paranormal crowd believes this points to crazy rituals. Rodney claims to have found a haunted shed in town, and he's forcing me to go check it out with him under threat of blackmail. You see, I was into some pretty shady stuff in high school, and Wait, why am I telling you this? Anyways, I'm not really one for ghost hunting, but I guess I don't have a choice. The apparent origin of these tales is a burned-down mansion. If these legends are to be believed, the man that built the mansion went insane and burned it down with his wife and child inside. Folks walking by say you can hear muffled screams coming from inside. Others believe that the lady in white is the man's wife searching for her child. But this reminds me of something else. In R.L. Stine's Fear Street series, Simon Fear loses his mind and burns down his mansion. This is what causes the street to be cursed in the first place. Could the Riverdale Road mansion fire have been what started all the paranormal activity in this area? I doubt R.L. Stine has heard of this location, but I'm still confident in saying that Riverdale Road is the original Fear Street. Or could it possibly be the other way around? Perhaps a combination of both? There indeed is a mansion that burned down in 1975, but it wasn't burned down by the man who built it. He died in 1915, and there were no fatalities reported in the fire. On top of that, arson wasn't suspected. Now hear me out. Is it possible that someone who knew about the mansion on Riverdale Road read the Fear Street books in the early 90s and combined the two stories? As it is with many urban legends, we don't really know where this one started, but I think it's very possible that Mr. Stein himself influenced it. So is any of this real? Honestly, who knows? It's always healthy to have a little skepticism, but too much of it can make you seem like a jerk. The police in the area say that they haven't gotten any calls to lead them to believe that anything strange is going on the road. All of their records indicate that when they've gotten a call about someone wandering in the area, it's always a real-life person. On the other hand, there are several traffic deaths on Riverdale every year. Granted, a lot of that has to do with its sharp curves and lack of streetlights. But who's to say that these poor souls didn't have an encounter with the strange black Camaro or a midnight jogger? We'll never know. There are tons of blogs on the subject and videos of ghost hunters visiting the spot if you're interested. Personally, I would take a lot of this with a grain of salt, but I do believe these legends had to have come from somewhere. If you're in the area and looking for a thrill, I would recommend searching elsewhere. You don't want to fall victim to Riverdale Road. Rodney, this is a waste of time. Ghosts are not real.
Just get in there. You wouldn't want a certain stack of photographs to make their way onto the internet now, would you? Besides, if I can prove the afterlife exists, I'll become rich beyond all measure.
Not sure about that logic, but whatever. See, Rodney, there's nothing in here. Oh, Frank. Hey, are you living here now?
Oh, no, this is just where I go to catch up on my reading. I guess I must have dozed off in here.
I stand corrected. This shed is not haunted.
Get out!
Ah! Ah!